What's up? I'm Kate and welcome to my channel. I have never filmed a video like this before. So, with that being said, this video is about how I started my digital marketing company. Let's just get right into it. It all started when Mitch is my husband and we run the company together. So I'm just gonna refer to him as Mitch because I'm not just gonna keep saying my husband. But we graduated from college about 3 years ago, and we graduated from Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. And a week later, moved down to Nashville. Mitch wanted to move here, and I was pretty open to moving anywhere. I know I didn't want to stay in Ohio, so when he brought me here for my 21st birthday, and I fell in love with it. So I was like, all right, let's do it. So we started applying for jobs pretty early on because we knew we were going to be moving out of state, which we heard was harder to get a job right out of college when you're moving out of state. So we were looking for jobs and looking for jobs. He found one, which allowed us to move down here and get an apartment. I didn't find one, so I moved here with no job, and I moved here with no car. So the first thing I did when I got here was I used my savings account and I bought a car. Then I found a job, and I found a job working in a store, and I went to school for fashion merchandising and marketing. So I was like, okay, this makes sense. I think this would be a great fit. But I found myself working on the weekends and working at nights, and he was working during the day and he wasn't working on the weekends, and it was making it really hard for me to spend time with him and explore the city, and then it was also making it really hard for me to make friends. So I decided to start looking for a different job. So before I even moved to Nashville, I swore off working at a desk job, 9-to-5 desk job. I wanted something different, something that I could be setting my own schedule and being outside during the day and not necessarily sitting at a desk all day inside in a huge building. And that's exactly where I found myself. So to pass the time, I started listening to podcasts, and I found myself listening to a lot of digital marketing podcasts and influencer marketing podcasts and podcasts about how to run Facebook ads and all that kind of stuff, and I loved it. That's all I did. I researched this stuff, I studied it on the weekends, I studied it after work, I started talking with Mitch about it, and I texted him one day, and I was making no money at this job that I absolutely hated. So I was like, why in the world is this worth it? I don't like this. I don't see myself growing in this company. I mean, I could have if I put my mind to it, but I didn't want to. So I was like, one thing that I heard was, when I was listening to all these podcasts, was if you don't want your boss's job, you're in the wrong job. So I didn't want my boss's job. I didn't want anyone. I didn't even want my job. I wanted to work in marketing, and that's what I went to school for and what I studied. So I texted Mitch one day when I was at work, and I said, I think I could make more money helping people with their digital marketing strategy than I could working at this job. And I didn't know that he was doing this at the time, but he put up an ad on Craigslist looking for people looking for social media marketing. So the next day, he said, we have 3 meetings with people who are interested in your social media services. So I was like, what? I was like, I don't know how to help people with their digital marketing. I know about it, but what's even the first step when you go to meet with someone? I've never even had a meeting with anyone. Like, what do I do? So I put a little plan together, and I don't quite remember exactly what I did, but I kind of just took what I had learned at the time, and I looked at the company that we were going to be meeting with, and I said, okay, this is kind of what I would do. Let's just share these ideas with him and see what he thinks. So we had our first meeting, and I didn't even know what to charge him. I was like, we were like, what do we charge? What do you charge for this? It's like, I can't be free. So I was like, $50 a month, $100 a month, $75? Like, I don't know. Because if I put up an ad and I said that we were looking to get paid, I should probably charge him something. I ended up charging him $100 a month for our very first client, and we landed him. So once that happened, I started figuring out, okay, shoot, we landed him, now what do I do? So he was here in Nashville, so we had meetings with him weekly, and I helped him figure out how to post on Instagram, how to post on Facebook, how to come up with a strategy when he was out in the field working, how he could get content to post on Instagram, how to use stories. I started introducing hashtags, all this different kinds of stuff to help him build his social media. And we had a goal every month. So the first month was, let's get 100 followers this month. Let's post 5 days a week and get 100 followers, and that's our goal. So we started setting goals, we started building his Instagram, we started building a portfolio. So now we said, okay, look, we took this guy from 0 to 100 in a month, and this is what his feed looks like. This has been his return from working with us, and we put that into a little portfolio. So then we had our next meeting with the next person that was interested. Took that portfolio to the next meeting and said, this is what we did for this guy, and this is what we can do for you. Charged him an extra $50, so now we were up to $150 a month. And he said yes. So now we have a second portfolio. We say, okay, this is what we're gonna do for you. He didn't want consulting, he just wanted us to straight up post on his Instagram and post on his Facebook. So that's what we did. Made his feed look really nice, used hashtags, started growing his account, and interacting with his audience. So now we have a second person in our portfolio, added them to our portfolio. And now, as we're pitching people, we're building a portfolio, and that was the first part of our business. We're just like, okay, all we're gonna do is we're gonna build up a portfolio and figure out exactly how we're gonna do this. So once we started doing that, we started figuring out, okay, we can charge a little bit more, and now let's figure out how to take this thing to the next level. So from the very start, I never wanted to be freelance. I wanted to actually build a company. My dad told me, you're not gonna wanna work for someone, you're gonna wanna work for yourself. And he was totally right. So I looked at Mitch, I was like, me and you, like, you can do the sales part of it and I'll do the creative part of it. So he started bringing me clients. I started servicing these clients, and it was kind of he would bring me people, I would service them. And we started charging, like I said, a little bit more, building a portfolio. So that was the first phase. Our first phase was building a portfolio. So we had this portfolio of clients. So when we went to pitch to other people, we could say, this is what we did for them. Now this is what we could do for you, and this is how much it's gonna cost. So we were like, we can't charge a lot of money because we've never done this before. So we're figuring out how to do it. And we've had a lot of hurdles along the way, of course. But we're figuring it out and we're learning, and fast forward about a year and a half later, and we have kind of destroyed our business a couple different times because we were way too busy. We were working these 9-to-5 jobs, and we didn't have enough time to take care of the workload of clients that we had built for ourselves, but we weren't charging enough money to quit our jobs. So we say we crumbled a couple times before we figured out what the sweet spot was of how much we could charge and quit our jobs and still have enough money to live. So it took us about a year and a half to figure that out, and we quit our jobs in July, and we're now working, or it was in August. We quit our jobs in August, and we're now working on our business full time. So that's kind of our story about how we started it, and we've been in business for 2 years now, and we've pivoted our business. We've learned a lot, we've grown a lot, we've failed a ton, and it's not easy, but it's 100% worth it. I always tell Mitch, we're so much happier than we were working in those desk jobs because we were doing something we hated, and we took a pay cut to quit our job. That's something that I should also talk about maybe in a different video, because this video is kind of just a story. But we took a pay cut to quit our jobs, and it didn't even matter because I didn't care. I was making a significant amount more in my day job than I was when I quit my job to work on Showtime Media, and yeah, and it didn't matter. I was so much happier working in my business and not making as much money than I was making more money and working in a job that I absolutely hated. So if you're out there and you want to start a business, go for it. Start it. Because the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to fail. And that's not even bad. We failed so many times and we have gotten back up so many times. And now we're at a place where we work for ourselves and it's amazing and it's so much fun. And we're actually helping people and doing something that we love to do. And we're helping people grow their businesses and it's so amazing. It's an amazing feeling. So yeah, I highly, highly, highly suggest starting your own business. And if you ever have any questions or want to talk to someone or want to start a business and not really sure where to start, I'm more than happy to help. You can follow me on Instagram and DM me. You can send me an email. If you comment on this video with your email address, I'll send you an email and introduce myself and we can chat about starting your own business. So yeah, that's my story. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope it helps you and inspires you to do the thing that you're wanting to do and to follow your dream. So I'm excited to start sharing more about this because it fires me up. I love this. So if you're interested in seeing more videos like this, give it a thumbs up so I know you enjoyed it and I know you liked it, and subscribe to my channel because I think the next video I might make is about quitting my full-time job and that journey. So stay tuned.